What's up, everybody? It's King Domain, and I'm going to be demonstrating a calorie calculator that I've made today. This essentially represents your basal metabolic rate and your calorie intake based on your basal metabolic rate and your activity level. What is done here is I have found and actually printed on this tool here the estimated amount for your weight, height, and age. And so this is all done so that you don't have to use an actual calculator. This can all be done on your handy dandy notebook. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the biggest, burliest person that you can get on the calculator, which is 280 pounds. The range is 80 pounds to 280 pounds. And the height goes to 90 inches, which is 7'6". So a 280 pound, 7'6", and we're gonna find the oldest guy too. The oldest guy that is listed on here, which would be 58. So if you're older than 58, sorry, I haven't listed it on here. Maybe you can special request one that I'll make for you. Or actually, what you can do is the tools on here list a way for you to do this yourself. So I'm just going to demonstrate what's being done here. So the equation for basal metabolic rate, I'm writing it down, that's 66 this is for males. There's a different tool for females. It's different equations. 66 plus 6.23 times weight in pounds plus 12.7 times the height in inches minus 6.8 times the age. And the reason that I have all these numbers placed around here is so that you don't even have to sit here and write out all these different equations. This is cutting out part of that. So I've written out the equation here, 66 plus 6.23 times weight in pounds plus 12.7 times the height in inches minus 6.8 times the age. So breaking it down, we're gonna go 66 plus, and instead of sitting here and having to say, well, 6.23 times the weight in pounds, what I do is I go and find my weight, 280. So it would be 6.23 times weight in pounds. So right here, I have it listed. Says it right up there. It's not exactly focusing as I'd like it to, but the number for a 280 pound male is 1,744.4. So plus 1,744.4 plus 12.7 times height in inches. So find 90 inches, 7'6" individual, and it's got the number there ready for me, 1143. So plus 1,143 minus 6.8 times the age. So I go find the 58-year-old. It's already there for me. The number's already calculated. 394.4. All right. And now I do have to do a little bit of mathing here. But this is simple math. This is plus and minus. It's really easy. So 1,744.4 plus 66 is 1,810.4. Then I go ahead and keep adding. I add the 1143, which is 2,953.4. So 2,953.4 minus 394.4. Okay. That would take me down to, let's see here, 2006 minus 44 be 2,559. .4. And I'm just going to reverse that, make sure my math is correct. 2,559.4 plus 394.4. So that's going to be 2,000. 2,900. Well, let's just write it out. That one's a little much to do in the head. So we've got actually the 0.4 isn't there. So got 13, carry the 1. Drop the decimal. 2,953.4. Yeah, I did my math correctly. So 2,953 minus 394.4 equals 2,559. So your basal metabolic rate for a 280 pound, 7'6", 58-year-old male is 2,559 calories. So that's just his BMR. Now we're going to also say that he's highly active. There is a range for highly active, active, intermediately active, low activity, and sedentary. So in order to use this equation, it's the Harris-Benedict equation for finding your calorie intake, is multiplying your BMR, basal metabolic rate, times activity level. So what I'm going to do is take that basal metabolic rate, 2,559 calories, which is what he would be burning if he were essentially asleep all day. But he's not asleep, he's active. So he's highly active, actually. So we're going to multiply this 2,559 times 1.9. 9 times 9, 81. Carry the 8. 5 times 9 is 45, plus the 8 equals 53. Carry the 5. 5 times 9, 45. Add the 5, it's 50. That's a 0. Carry the 5. 2 times 9 is 18, plus the 5 is 23. Then do the other number. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 5, 1 times 5, 1 times 2. Now we are going to add these together. So what we get is the 1, it's 12, carry the 1, 0, add the 1, or no, these are just being added. So that's 6, 8, 4. Add the decimal. It is 4,862. So this is a pretty big guy. So he's burning a lot of calories. Just keep that in mind. 4,862. So that is his estimated calorie intake for a 280-pound, 7'6", 58-year-old man. This gargantuan, this Viking. He also needs to look down there at the bottom of this calculator, though. It says subtract or add calories according to the deficit for weight loss or supplement for weight gain. So let's say he is wanting to lose weight. And if he's going to lose weight, he's going to carefully calculate how much he can lose, right? So if we're looking at how many calories we're burning per day to how much weight we're going to lose, and you can estimate in between there. So let's say he just wants to cut 1,000 calories a day. That's a lot. That's a whole lot of calories. So if he's highly active and he's burning all of this energy, but he wants to cut down, he would take his number for calorie intake, 4,862, and he would just take 1,000 off of that because he's trying to lose weight. If he wanted to gain weight, he would say add 500 calories or add some calories in order to bulk up. So let's cut 1,000 out of that, 3,862.1, because this number here is in order just to maintain base level where you're at. This highly active man wants to stay where he's at, but he wants to lose weight. So we're going to take off 1,000 calories, which would take us to 3,862.1. So we got our number here, 3,862.1. Now, at the bottom here, it shows your acceptable macronutrient distribution ranges, which are 45 to 65% from carbs, 20 to 35% from fats, and 10 to 35% from protein. So we're going to say he wants to get the most from his proteins, which is 35, and then he wants to get the least amount from his fats, which would be 20, which leaves us with 45% from carbs. That's 100% of his intake, his diet. So in order to get the calculations, you have to know how many calories you're going to be getting from each one. So you're going to take this number, 3,862.1, which is our goal for our calories. We're going to multiply it times 0.35. So we got 5 greater than 1, 3, 5 times 8 is 40, 3, carry 4, 15, okay, 19, 3, 6, 18, okay, and we've got 5, 3, 12, 1, 11, 12, carry the 1, 15, carry the 1, 3, 1. There, 3 decimal places, boom. So it is out of those 3,862.1 calories, after multiplying it by 0.35 for his protein intake, we have discovered that 1,352.235 calories should be coming from proteins. So basically, you just have to know that proteins is basically 1 to 2 calories, or I think proteins are 3 calories. Yeah, proteins are 3 calories. So then you know that you would take this number and just divide it by 3, which would be like 400, around that range. I'm not going to get the exact number right now because that would be kind of futile. But nonetheless, his intake from proteins, in order for it to be 1,352.235 calories, he would need about 400 grams of protein in his diet, and that would make up his protein part. And then you do the same thing for fats. So we're going to multiply it by 0.2. 3,862.1, which is his calorie goal, times 0.20. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Point, so 2 times 1 is 2, 4, 12, carry the 1, 17, carry the 1, 7. So we got 7, 7, 2, 4, 7, and then a 0. Okay, so we know that 772.47 calories are coming from fats. And you have to know how many calories are in a gram of fat, which is like 1 to 2. 1 to 2 per gram of fat is your calories. So you could basically just divide that by 2, we'll say, and you would get like 350, 375, maybe 400 grams of fat. If you do the exact math, we'll say that we'll just divide it by 2 exactly. So it'd be 350, 390, about 400. It's about 400 grams of fat. It's a pretty big guy. So then you take your last number, 0.45, and actually by process of elimination, we can just put these two numbers together because we know that 1,352.235 calories are coming from proteins, 772.47 are coming from fats. So we know the remainder, which is about roughly 1,800. It's roughly 1,800 calories are coming from carbs, which equate to pretty much 1 carb equals like 1 calorie, roughly there, 1 to 2 carbs. So we'll know that he needs like 1,800 1,800, 2,000 carbs. And that is how you use this calculator. And you see, I have not used an actual calculator for this entire demonstration. As you can see, you could take this and apply this to any weight, height, or age. I've done it for myself here. Whenever I was first creating it, I was a little bit heavier and I've lost a little bit of weight. But what I did was I found my basal metabolic rate, which for me, a 185 pound, 5'10", 27-year-old male, the basal metabolic rate for me is 1,923.95. So then I multiplied that by being a high activity level, which gave me 3,655 calories, 3,655.505 kcals. So then let's say I want to lose weight. So if I wanted to lose weight, I would say I want to cut down 500 calories. Well, that would take me down to 3,155.505. So 3,155 calories is what I would need to sustain, or actually not sustain, but rather lose weight. If I wanted to lose weight and maintain my activity level, I would be eating like 3,100 to 3,200 calories a day. And that's being highly active, working out in the morning, working out at night, going to work, doing what I do on a daily basis. I'm active from the time I wake up, from the time I go to sleep. So that's a lot of calories. A lot of people don't burn that many, but this is just a demonstration for someone who's highly active. And I'll continue to do demonstrations for people who are low activity level and things like that. This is just the beginning. So then I would also use the AMDR, the acceptable macronutrient distribution range, and choose what I want. If I want more proteins, if I want more fats, if I want more carbs, which for me it's more proteins. So I'm gonna say I want like 35% proteins. Well, then I would find that. I would multiply 0.35 times 3155.505 in order to discover the grams of protein I need in my diet. And this sounds a little bit complicated and a little bit maybe overkill. However, it's just being thorough. So if you want to actually get serious about your diet and discover what you're actually needing to eat and start working those things into your diet, being healthier, living a fit, active life, this is one step towards betterment and a healthy lifestyle, health and wellness. So again, it's King Domain. I'm going to be selling these through my website and my social media, Empire Dynasty ID, and hope y'all have a wonderful day. Measure up. King Domain signing off.